Hey YouTube, my name is Heather and I love anti-MLM content here on YouTube. Today I'm super excited for us to watch a super quick YouTube video from the Team Beachbody corporate YouTube page where this coach is telling us about her coach success story. Now remember, this video is quite old. She started in approximately 2013 and she's telling us her story in 2016. Before we start, I just wanted to let you know that there is a very brief mention of individuals wanting to end their life. So if that's something that may or may not trigger you or upset you, this may be a video for you to skip. I'm really excited to watch this video, and as always, please let me know what you think about this topic down below.
My name is Stephanie Burgos. I'm an emergency medicine physician, and I've been a coach since July of 2013, and I'm from Kissimmee, Florida. Since I was a little girl, I've wanted to be a doctor. I had been working towards this all of my life. I grew up in the Bronx, and so I went to programs that were for the minority population in order to help them go into the sciences. And so in high school, I was pursuing that dream, and also in college, I continued that dream. The lowest point was right after my freshman year of college.
Something to think about with these videos, I can't think of any other kind of work environment where we're expected to kind of tell our origin story about why we're in this industry, why we decided to go into the job that we want to go into. It's usually like, why did you decide to apply for this job? Of course, you can't just say, I need a new job. You might say, like, I'm well equipped to handle this, and this in the job description. I have experience in this. I'm a good public speaker, or in my education, I learned about this, and this is why that's relevant for this job. I've never been in an environment where I'm told or encouraged to share my personal background and my story. It's a little bit weird to me, but we know in MLM, it is extremely common.
I had gained 30 pounds. When I went into the dressing room, the highest size was a size 13, and that did not fit me. And I just felt disgusted with myself. I felt, really disappointed. In that moment, I sat on the floor and I started crying. Ever since I was a child, I've been battling.
So we have to remember motive when we're listening to people in MLMs. Unfortunately, she's telling us a very relatable story about shopping and not being able to find a piece of clothing that fits you. And I feel like most people in the world have had a similar experience. I've had experiences where I think a certain size will fit me and then it doesn't, and for a moment I am maybe a little bit upset, but then I realize it's okay, it doesn't really matter. A size 13 at one store could be a size 10 at another store. And especially in women's clothing, sizing is not consistent, but I feel like that is a pretty universal story where you might have insecurities with how you look, how you feel while shopping, and it's just meant to relate to as many people as possible in order to draw them into the pyramid, which is really, really sad.
Weight. It was just hard. Towards the end of college, I knew that my GPA wasn't great, and I knew that it was going to be a challenge to get into medical school. And I had that attitude that I was not going to give up. I knew I would become a doctor. I applied to 30 schools. I sat and I waited for the letters to come. I got my first letter and it was no. I got my second letter and it was no. I got my third, fourth, fifth, sixth, all the way to 29, and it was no. The last letter was a yes. So I got into medical school.
So this is a story about how she didn't have very good grades and she applied to 30 medical schools and got in at the very end. Something I should have mentioned earlier, this woman's a doctor and clearly, excuse me, very, very intelligent and smart individual. And this just shows that people of any background, any educational experiences may be drawn into an MLM at some point in their life. With this individual, her pain point was definitely self-esteem and body image, like a lot of people's pain points are. And that's how she was able to be drawn in. Doesn't matter how smart you are, people of any background can be drawn into MLMs. I think this is a way also of her comparing it to the business. She had things stacked against her. She almost didn't get into med school, but she continued to persevere and keep working in order to achieve her goal. Unfortunately, this does not connect to the Beachbody context. We know this because if you are not a certain kind of person who perhaps got in early, had a built-in social media following, maybe already have a built-in audience, maybe you were in an environment previously that makes you well suited to sales, selling an opportunity or a product. Chances are, if you were to join her at the time of this video being made, you were not going to find success in Beachbody. And especially if you were to join now, it doesn't matter how hard you push. They're going to tell you that your dreams is just on the other side of that hill. You achieving your goal of being a diamond coach is just over that hill over there. But it really doesn't matter unless you are able to recruit hundreds of people. You're not going to find any level of financial success in Beachbody or in any MLM for that matter.
School, and I did extremely well in my grades as well as in my clinicals, to the point that I was able to gain acceptance into Harvard for a residency. July of 2013, I was in the middle of my residency, and I was working about 50 to 60 hours a week. I was working days, overnights, evenings. I was not eating very well, and I was overweight due to the stress. And I found that it was affecting my self-esteem. I didn't like who I was, and I was becoming depressed basically because of the way that I looked. And
that's another really relatable story. I feel like we could all relate to that at some point, where we don't have the time or the mental capacity to cook the foods that we want to cook, to exercise the way we want to work out, and to get the amount of sleep that we want per day. And I think this is a way to appeal to as many people as possible, because we've all had moments like that. Our lives go through cycles where we might not be taking care of ourselves in the way that we want, especially if we're parents, especially if we have familial responsibilities, or we're going through something at work or with our friends or with our spouse, our significant other. We've all gone through that, and just a way to draw a very, very broad population into the scheme, in my opinion.
And I needed something that was quick and effective. At that time, T25 had just come out, and I figured, hey, it's 25 minutes. Anyone can do 25 minutes, especially with my schedule. And so that is...
Sure, anyone can do 25 minutes if they have it available, I guess, but not everyone has the freaking capacity in order to do so. And we see this a lot. She at this point, she was really busy working 50, 60 hours a week, and she was able to make 25 minutes a day work. And so why can't you? We hear people in Beachbody and all MLMs talk about how busy they are and how they have so much going on, and they're able to make it work. This is not for teaching purposes. In my opinion, it's for guilting purposes. So if you're a parent with one kid and you and your spouse are struggling because your kid's not sleeping, how dare you complain? Because I'm your upline and I have 5 kids and I'm making it work.
That's how I started with Beachbody. So I actually signed up as a coach from the beginning. I was what you call a discount coach. It was also around the same time that something happened at work. I was at Children's Hospital.
This is where the reference of people wanting to end their life is. So if you don't want to hear it, you can skip forward about 30 seconds, or you can just end the video here. No problem.
Boston, and I had these young women who were overweight. They were suffering from depression, and now here they wanted to commit suicide. I felt...
Why does it matter that they're overweight? The important part is that they're struggling mentally. You shouldn't even bring up their weight, in my opinion. But we know, like, this story is constructed in such a way to make Beachbody programs and products seem like the only way that you can get healthy, and also the only way that you can help people get healthy.
Felt compelled to want to sit with them, and I wanted to inspire and motivate them and let them know that there was more to life than this. They were so young, and this is how I've always been in medicine, is that I want to spend more time with the patients. But I'm an emergency room doctor. I only have 15 minutes, at most 20 minutes with a patient. So I stopped myself. And so when Beachbody came in, it was like a fire lit within me. And I told myself, hey, if I can use this product to get into the best shape of my life, that's fantastic. But if I can actually inspire 1, 2, or 3 people with this product to join me, that's the icing on the cake. From the beginning.
How that translates is if I can get a few people to join my downline who also get a few people to join their downline, then I'm going to find success in Beachbody, because we know the only way to find success is to have a big downline. I put my face in front of like where all these hashtags are, but you'll see like healthy girl, hashtag eat healthy, health spell, clean eats, life change, nutritious, muscle and health, take control now, before and after weight loss. So people who may be looking for inspiration on social media about how to kickstart their health and fitness journey, they may be looking for those hashtags, and then they'll find her posts.
I used social media to chronicle my journey with T25. Every single day I would post my workout, I would post an inspirational quote, I would post what I was eating, really just to try to engage other people and to just share with them, to educate them on what I was doing. In my first month, I had people
to share, to educate them on what you were doing. Because remember, in Beachbody, in any MLM for that matter, we're not selling, we are sharing, even though you are sharing with the intention of selling. So it's literally exactly the same thing. But even though Beachbody, Ashley Molstead, I did a stream with her on my channel with sales training, and they call it sales training. They are not salespeople, they're just professional storytellers.
People wanting to join my challenge group. I had nurses following me, I had my program director following me, I had all these people following me, and the program.
So she had a built-in audience a little bit because of her employment. She had nurses, program directors following her, and she said she had all these people following her. So I don't know if she built her following when she started with Beachbody, or if she already had people looking at her social medias. I hear a lot of Beachbody coaches talk about how, oh, I only started with 1,000 followers on Instagram. Now look at me. You don't need a big following. But my understanding is that once you get to 1,000 followers on Instagram, you may have small businesses reach out to you to advertise their products and for sponsorship opportunities. And I have no idea how much such a small creator would make, but my understanding is that once you hit that, you can actually like get smaller sponsorship deals. And my opinion, 1,000 people following you is a lot of people. That's a lot of people, and chances are with a smaller following like that, your following is going to be very, very engaged, and you're going to have a really strong relationship with your followers, and they're really going to trust you. And so they're more likely to trust your recommendations and buy products when you show them.
Worked immediately. Within 4 to 6 weeks, I had fantastic results with T25 and drinking Shakeology every single day. So the fact.
No, it was not just T25 and drinking Shakeology. You probably also ate better. You probably also had a calorie deficit in order to lose weight. It was not just those two products. And you had your results also because of you. You actually pressed play every day. You actually did the workout. You actually had the motivation to eat better, which you left out, and to drink Shakeology. And that's how you had results. Everything together based on your discipline and autonomy as a person, because you made the choice to click play, exercise, and eat better.
The fact that I was so transparent and so honest from the beginning really helped my coaching career take off from the beginning. I started to see that there was some financial benefit to being a coach. I had $300,000 in school debt, and I needed to find a way to start paying off some of that debt. So in terms of the past 2.5 years, I went from just me to close to 1,000 coaches all over the country. And this past year, I was able to be an elite coach, and I was able to start paying off school debt. And now, what I have chosen to do is actually live off of my Beachbody income and completely take all of my physician salary and pay off my debt. So by the end.
That's great for her that she's in that kind of position in order to do that. And Beachbody does have their little income disclaimer down there. However, I think it's in really small writing. It's in really light font, light colors. So even if you're watching this video, there's a chance that you may not notice it. If you are just like listening to it as you're doing housework, you're not going to see that. I think she should have sat there and read out that income disclaimer word for word. And I think that would make you truly compliant. Oh, geez, excuse me. And I think she should have said, like, this was from years and years of really, really hard work and dedication. And I'm able to start paying off my debt because I have a really big team that's producing volume, that's recruiting more members of my downline. And that's how I'm able to get a team cycle bonus and then matching bonus. Sorry for coughing.
End of this year, 2016, I plan on being completely debt-free. Not many physicians can say that, not many people can say that. And what I love about coaching and being a coach is that you can start changing people from the inside out. What would the world be like if everyone was living to their full potential, if everyone was following the vision and the purpose that was in their heart? Every day
We can live our full potential and follow our purpose within our heart without an MLM. I talked about this 1,000 times. If we're looking for connections, we can join an intramural hockey, not intramurals, like a rec hockey league, floor hockey league, there's clubs. You can join an online group. Hey, you can start a YouTube channel and like maybe some people will subscribe, go live, and then you can talk to people on the internet like we do here. And I really, really like it. There's lots of ways to find your like true purpose and connect with people. You can also volunteer for causes that are important to you. You can go to a food bank and volunteer. You can donate to a food bank. You can, there's lots of stuff. There's lots of stuff you can do to find your purpose.
Today, I'm talking to women who struggle with their weight. When I'm speaking to them, I tap into that girl back in the dressing room, and I really try to use that experience to empathize with them and to let them know that you can get the weight off. And actually,
she uses that experience to empathize, yes, but also to show that she understands what we're going through. And Beachbody is the answer, right? Beachbody is the only way that you're going to be able to get the weight off, and also the only way that you will be around people who understand you, who will validate you, and who will help you get through it. And we know that's not the case.
The way that I look at it, being a physician is my job, but coaching is my life.
Being a physician is her job and coaching is her life. I don't like that. I don't think the way we pay our bills should truly become our life. I think it's fantastic and wonderful if we're able to find a job that we're really, really passionate and excited about. But I think it's also important to have a separation between work life and then home life and have an opportunity to really like shut off from work occasionally. I know it's not the case for everyone, and just shut off and do things that you enjoy at home with your spouse, your significant other, or your friends. And unfortunately, in Beachbody, it really does become your whole identity and your whole life. And all of your friends, all of your connections are within Beachbody. Everyone who has similar experiences and struggles as you do, they're all in Beachbody. So you start to rely on Beachbody for all of your social interactions, all of your mental health support. And then you also think that Beachbody is the only way that you will ever achieve your health and fitness goals. And also the only way that you'll become a better spouse, a better friend, a better daughter, a better granddaughter, because we hear constantly how coaches say, because of Beachbody, I'm a better mother. No, maybe it's just because you're growing up and you're getting used to being a parent and you're learning new things. It doesn't necessarily connect back to Beachbody. Of course, you could say Beachbody has helped me become a better mother. But I think just saying because of Beachbody, I'm a better parent, I think that really negates all of the time and effort that parents put into being a really strong parent and being the best parent they can be for their kids. So that's all I have for today. I know this was a short video, but I paused it a lot. I'd love to hear your thoughts on everything she was saying below and also my commentary. I'll see you guys next time, and I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.